All right, so welcome back to Dallas Center Grimes. Mustangs, the stable, where we've had some technical difficulties. So thank you for tuning in and sticking with us. It is currently 3:27 left to go in the half. Indianola leading 20-19. It's been a hard-fought back and forth first half, you guys, and I'm impressed with Indianola, especially their youth, kind of hanging in with the Mustangs, and I feel like it's a pretty evenly matched game so far.
Yeah, it absolutely. It's back and forth, and you start looking at gunners and things like that, and Kaysen has not scored yet. So, I mean, you start looking at some of these. I think by 2 points.
4 points. So he's got
four.
Four.
So he's right there. So, I mean, there's not a lot. So things are going.
Oh, you're right.
The defense is
2
right
points.
there.
Yeah.
Everything's happening, but.
Well, and George Blake for them only has 4. So it's really been a lot of focus on both teams on kind of keying in on those top scorers for both sides, right?
So Neela Williamson is with us.
That's right.
Right now, she's going to be the next Holly Rowe. So she's going to be making tape for her college internships and things like that. But when you have a scorer out there that is scoring like 30-40% of the points for a team, how does that affect your guys' ability to defend?
I think from my perspective, and actually talking to to DMC's assistant coach for the boys, the game plan wasn't actually to stop Kyle Kaysen, who's scoring 20-25 points, because he's still going to get those. But if you can shut down Mateo and Tate and Hudson, who are getting those 8-9 points, then it's not as much of a threat, because Kyle's always going to give you those 20 points.
Yeah, that's very well said right there, and I agree with that. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him, but you can work everybody else.
All right, so Wyatt Valenta at the line for the Mustangs misses that second free throw. So Indianola bring the ball in the purple, moving right to left on your screen. 3 minutes to go in the first half. George Blake with the ball up top. Out to Hayden Schulte. Nice defense by the Mustangs. Kaysen with the ball as we move down the court, looking to drive. Andrew DeWall guarding Kaysen. Hudson Heigergen has had a great game so far.
Jeez, a lot of contact from these boys right now. A lot of banging out there. Very physical game.
Shot clock at 10. Kaysen, I like how they isolated there. They moved everybody off to the side to give Kyle free space to move.
And that takes away that help defense, right, Neil? I mean, that's what that does.
Nice response by Bryant Ritchie. That's a three-pointer by him. Indianola leading 23-21. Just over 2 minutes to go in the half. Hudson Heigergen. Shot is no good. Rebound Indianola. Ritchie going the other way. Out to Blake. He'll shoot it from 3. No good, but gets his own rebound. Good follow by Blake and the foul on the Mustangs.
He'll get the three-pointer the old-fashioned way.
Exactly.
This is a 30% free three-point shooting team. So as far as three-point shooting goes, probably a little bit on the underside of average, but they're hitting a few of them today, and it really matters when you have these low-scoring games.
Foul was on number 12, Kyle Kaysen. We've got some substitutions for the Mustangs. Number 22, Chase Perrin. 44, Brody Burke. Number 2, Tate Perrin. In for Indianola, number 14, Brody Page. And I'm looking again, number 2, no, Bryant Ritchie is already in. Still holding for Derek Wilmot to enter the game. So free throw is missed. Rebound, Easton McGraw, and putback.
Those are somewhat deflating. I mean, you do everything right there. You're going for the ball. It's just a fingernail higher that the defense gets. You end up putting up a 4-point swing.
So Indians extended their lead to 6 now. Mustangs need to have a response as they go into halftime.
I like that shot fake by Brody.
And then kind of got clogged up in the lane there.
Yeah, you take it in there. You got to be a man down low right now. I mean, any drive with body contact is not getting called.
Blake from the outside for 3. That's a miss. Rebound, Tate Perrin going the other direction. Kyle Kaysen's looking to score. The good thing about Kyle is that, he may drive to the basket. He may not always get the shot off, or there may be a foul on him. But the good news is that he is a really good free throw shooter.
Like
he's shooting
90%.
almost 90% from the free throw line. So
and shooters are going to shoot. Right?
He's going to get his points one way or another. This is an opportunity. No one guarding you. Time's not going off the clock. Free points.
And every time Kyle drives, like you said, it doesn't matter if he gets to the basket because he draws so much attention that at some point there will be an open shooter.
Yes, absolutely. So number 34, Derek Wilmot's entering the game, and number 10, Hayden Schulte for Indianola.
And we don't even have – I think we have to have somebody on the line. Somebody has to represent. So that's the only reason we've got somebody out there right now, is now they can set up their press.
Mm-hmm.
So DCG cuts that lead back down to 4. Under a minute to go.
That's a textbook
Wilmot in the
press
corner.
break right there.
And he's good. Wilmot's been hot from that corner.
Get 2 for 1 if you can get in there and go. See,
A
some
lot
of those
of
you got to,
contact.
I was going to say, at some point you got to start calling some of those.
So Bryant Ritchie with the foul. That's going to put Mateo Gislota to the line for the Mustangs. Mateo with the second. It's good. It's
Plenty
a
of
5-point
time
game.
for the Mustangs to come back and get another possession as well.
They can get the rebound. They'll have the last shot.
Now they'll take as much time as they can here for sure. And who knows, maybe you end up getting an offensive rebound too.
Shot clock down to 8.
There you go, the old pickpocket.
Yeah, here we go. Tate Perrin. And one. And you saw Perrin as he was going in. Not only did he get the angle for the shot, but you could see he just leaned right into the contact, created a little space for himself to get the shot off. He has the opportunity to finish the three-point play. 7.5 seconds to go in the half.
He's one of the toughest kids I've seen play ball. I mean, if you watch that video at that 9 and 10 second spot, he'll look back, like you say, Christine, and move his body over so that the only way that he's going to get any ball is to go through the body and get that foul, because that's what he was looking for, and got the harm.
Free throw for Perrin is good. He's just about money as well. So substitution for the Mustangs, number 24, Brody Logan's coming into the game, as well as number 14, Cameron Allen. We've got short and quick out on that floor right now.
Absolutely, and that's
Maybe
what you
get
need
a
right
steal.
now.
Yeah, set up the press, get a steal.
That should have been a foul right there.
Yeah.
They were trying to give up the foul, and they didn't call it.
I heard red from Rankin.
Yeah, but Indianola just kind of launched the shot up.
Now we got the we were giving that foul up right there because we had plenty of fouls to give. And so now you got to go back and play defense.
Yeah, Tate Perrin back into the game. Chase Perrin back into the game. Tate with the half-court shot.
Short.
Almost, but no good. So we go into the half. Indianola leading the Mustangs 30-28. We're back online. We've got our live streams working. That's exciting. We're doing great. It's a close ball game. Points of note is Kyle Kaysen for us. Just I think 4 points, maybe 4 points. George Blake for them with only 6. So that's kind of an update as far as the scoring goes. So Neela Williamson's joining us on the call, and will be joining us on the call for the boys' games kind of throughout the rest of the season. And so we have her, but we wanted to take the opportunity because we didn't want to miss it. Just because Neela is on the call with us, we didn't want to miss also being able to do a senior spotlight with her. So tonight is our senior spotlight with Neela Williamson. So we're going to do a few questions with Pat. and then we'll get into just conversation with Neela. So.
All right, so this is like the 90 seconds, 94 seconds right there with Pat. Here we go. So tell us in your mind, how many social media followers do you have?
I know it's over 1,000, but I can't tell you more than that.
All right. So it just like stops. It gets to 1K, and then it stops flowing.
I think like 1,300 is what I'm going to go with.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm.
So like Mia Hamm and
Oh, yeah.
anybody else like that?
I can say that this is not a big deal, but Caden Proctor did used to follow me, which I think was pretty cool. So
There you go. There you go. Not bad, right? So favorite food?
cinnamon rolls. I love cinnamon rolls.
Yes, I love this. I love this. This is an out-of-the-box answer, but it's excellent.
That is what I'm talking about right there. Absolutely. So these like store-bought, or your mom makes them, your dad makes them, or you, or who's making these cinnamon rolls that are so good?
They're Mara on our basketball team. Her mom has a restaurant. She has a breakfast restaurant, and she has my favorite cinnamon rolls of all time. So sometimes she brings me some. And Milena, who graduated last year, her grandma makes the best cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, shout out to Milena's grandma and to the Corner Cafe. And it's not on a corner, but it's still called the Corner Cafe, but it's still amazing. And I will attest, I've had their cinnamon rolls. They're incredible.
Very good.
Absolutely. So any hobbies outside of athletics? What are we going to find Neela doing?
I love shopping, and I love writing. I love to write. Just whatever comes to mind, it's usually going to be put down on a piece of paper.
Where's the coolest place that you've ever traveled?
I went to Turks and Caicos on a cruise. That was probably my favorite.
Wow, yeah.
You won't see me in anywhere cold.
Who's the smartest person that you've ever been around?
My dad. My dad is very smart, very educated, and he always just knows. He just knows.
He just knows stuff.
Yes.
So that could be his Christmas present next year.
Like,
I just know stuff. I don't know. I just know. So,
educated.
any pets?
I do. I have a dog named Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
Yes.
Nice. Pet peeves?
That's a hard one. I want to say like I don't have a lot, but I would say just like complaining or just like taking the fun out of everything. Like,
why does that not surprise me?
Exactly.
Miss, I've got a smile on my face 24/7 and Miss Positivity for sure.
Yes.
Any superstitions? Like, I have to have this. I got to eat this before the game. I played really well, and I got to have mac and cheese now because I played really well because I had mac and cheese.
I would say in soccer season, I don't eat lunch.
Lunch.
I do not eat lunch for soccer season. I think it's mostly nerves, but I just like if I eat lunch, I usually play bad. So
There you go. That would be a superstition right there. So well done. That's more than 94 seconds, but we did get to know you a little bit better.
That's right. So Neela, you have been part of this team for 4 years now. How have you seen just sort of the program develop in the last 4 years? And maybe what can you give us insights into this team and how it compares to maybe teams that you have been on the last 3 years?
I would say our offensive development and our offensive mindset, I'd say it's completely different this year. I think in the past years when we had people like Emma Miner and even before I was here like Lexi Protzman and Elle Nelson, like it was a lot of screen, roll, look for your post. You'll get the ball into the post and then it'll be come out for a shot. But now with the athletes that we have and maybe not as much as the height that we have, we've really developed our ability to drive. So now it's not necessarily get the ball into the post, but you're getting it into the lane after you drive, and then the kick out's still there. It's just a different way to get the kick out.
Yeah, absolutely. How does the team compare just like personality-wise and culture? What's the culture like with this year's team?
The culture is so close.
Yeah.
And it's something that I truly, truly am so appreciative to be on this year, and something that I don't take for granted how much these girls actually mean to me and how much fun I've just had being around them. Like I don't take it for granted.
Yeah. Coach Jones echoed what you just said. as he reached out this week to me. He said, I have coached some great players, some great teams, and some teams with great chemistry. However, this team has the best chemistry and camaraderie as any I have coached. It's a special group. Would you agree?
Absolutely, 100%. And I think he said it perfectly. Our team is just different, and there's nothing like it right now, and I don't think there will be. I just think that we have too much friendship, too much trust in one another.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
That's awesome. Okay, so for our viewers and listeners tonight who may not be aware, last Friday, you guys played Williamsburg, but earlier in the day, you had the opportunity to go and sit in and watch an Iowa women's basketball practice. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
That was so cool, and I was geeking out, and everyone was making fun of me, but I was like, this is cool. But Jansen, she is so cool to let us come watch practice. It was so interesting to watch what they do and how they prepare, because they're preparing for a big Maryland game. And I got a picture, and I was pointing at the 22 on the floor, and it was so cool. But it was surreal for me. I think we all were really grateful that we were able to go. And they have 5 boy practice players that they go against, and it was really cool to see what they do.
Were you able to pick up on some similarities from either a culture standpoint or even just how practices are run, or things that the coaches were saying to them that you're like, oh, our coaches say things like that to us? What kind of similarities did you see or pick up on as far as what you're experiencing here at DCG and then basketball at the next level?
We actually talked about something from their practice. I think they call it the rem line, something like that, but it's actually when the defender gets 2 feet above the 3-point line, you back cut every time. So that's something that we actually started to put into our practice and be when they get above this, you have to see it and you have to back cut, because you will get in front of them. They talk a lot about help defense when they were there, and that's something that we're always talking about, but their culture I actually find very similar, as when we're on the sideline, you have to be engaged, and that's something that we try to do in practice, and we're always talking to one another. So I want to say we're like the Iowa Hawkeyes.
I think you are, because it was so funny. Is one thing that Coach Jones wrote to me this week about your experience, and that he was making some comparisons, but he said that the practice was very positive, full of energy. Right then, I was already thinking of you guys. Very positive, full of energy. And then he named Cynthia Falter.
Yes.
And he said Cynthia Falter really impressed me in how engaged she was. And Pat, you tell me who this sounds like. How engaged she was and how supportive she was of all of her teammates for that full 2 hours. I was like, that sounds like Neela Williamson to me. You're the Cynthia Falter, except for maybe not quite as tall.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what an experience. So, Neela, as you wrap up 4 years of playing basketball, what's a core memory or two that you're just gonna always cherish from your experience and remember?
This year specifically, from basketball, would be the overnight that we had when we were at Williamsburg, because we talked about this with Jones, but we all could have chosen to do our own thing in the hotel room. We could have been in our own group, so we all decided to be in the same room, and we just talked for 2 hours, and we were just having the best laughs, and that's something that I'll remember. Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's rarely what happens on the court. So much of it is what happens just in friendship and in relationship. So we often ask our seniors, and this is the time of year where you're probably getting this question a lot, what is your plans for next year? Do you know your plans for next year at this point?
I do not know my plans for next year. I'm currently trying to decide if I want to just be a college student or if I want to play college soccer. So I have some options with that. I'm just trying to figure out what the right spot is, but I'm planning on studying sports broadcasting and media, and then I'm going to try to minor in diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Awesome. Well, we would be amiss to say that you are a 3-time state champion in soccer.
Exactly.
You've been to the state tournament in basketball 3 times. You still have this year left in both soccer and basketball.
Right.
So when you start talking about the most decorated athletes in the history of the girls' programs athletically, you will be right there. That's just the facts is all that is right there. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for your effort and all the energy and the positive things that you do. And now it's game time.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
You
bet.
going to stick around?
Yes.
Or you going to go?
I can switch you.
No, you can stay
Are
right
you sure?
there. You
Okay.
bet.
All right, so we're back, and the second half has started. Again, Indianola leading Dallas Center Grimes by 2, 30-28. Mustangs in white, moving right to left on your screen now. All the starters are the same for both teams. Indianola in purple, moving left to right.
You had talked, Christine, about the last 4 minutes of the first half, the first 4 minutes. DCG won that last 4 minutes of that second half right there and did really well.
And here we go. We've got 15 hands real estate, three-pointer by Kyle Kaysen, and that could be the perfect thing for the Mustangs is to get Kyle going.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later. Like to your point, Neela, you're not going to keep them down forever. You maintain it, keep on moving. Sooner or later, the floodgates open.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is that Coach Rankin at halftime, one of the discussions was, okay, we need to be doing a better job of getting Kyle open and or just together working to get open shots for anyone.
Well, I'll tell you, part of it probably for sure was pick it up defensively.
Mm-hmm. And you can already see that they've done that. The pressure is just so much higher than what it was in the second quarter.
Oh, not.
So that was Thomas DeWall going into the lane there and fouled by number 44. Oh, no, it's going to be on number 2, Tate Perrin. So that will be his second first team foul of the half. So Indianola ball, fresh shot clock. Hayden Schulte with the drive, the spin, no good, but there's going to be another foul. And this feels very reminiscent of the girls' game, Pat, where there was a real free-flowing kind of let them play first half, and then the officials are tightening it up a little bit here in the second half. We're seeing a lot more fouls just right, bang, bang.
Well, there was a lot of contact in that first half in this boys' game right here. So probably cleaning it up a little bit is not a bad idea, but now you just got to, as all the kids on the court right now, they're going to have to adjust, and you're used to doing that yourself.
Yeah, the team who can make the most adjustments might be the one that is able to pull out the victory. So Schulte with both free throws there. So back to a 32-31 lead for Indianola. Indianola in a press. Mustangs able to work their way down the court. Hudson Heigerken taking the ball to the basket.
Well done.
See, I can't remember the last time we've been pressed.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long time since our boys team has been pressed. We handle the ball so well, and it surprises me a little bit. That really exposes you offensively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just need to step in front of Easton McGraw there because he was able to just go right down the lane with no one really stepping in front. So a little bit better defense for the Mustangs on that. I'm impressed with Hudson Heigerken. He's having a great game, 6 points already for Hudson, but it just seems like he's really been looking to go to the basket. Hey, there's that same call that we had in the girls' game.
He loves that call.
Yeah, that happened with Ava, where we're like, I didn't really see anything. I couldn't really see. It was just like a post baseline move that is offensive. So
it's a patented call right there, and I guess if there's an advantage, you got to call it. But I don't know as if there's really that much. And you can move your arms. Now you can't hook them with your elbow.
Mm-hmm.
So Indianola with the ball, just over 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, leading by 1. Good defense by the Mustangs. Blake's going to drive, and Brody's waiting for the charge, but it's going to be called as a blocking foul instead. So that's 2 fouls for Brody here in this quarter.
That was a lot of contact right there because a lot of times when you put your head down,
there's a little bit of a dip.
And go into a defender, whether that defender is moving or not, it's usually going the other direction.
And I think Brody would have actually gotten that call if his arms were not down. I think he reached too soon.
Substitution for the Indians, number 34, Derek Wilmot.
It's great pressure by Kyle. It's exactly what they need.
It seems like every game the boys play, this is it right here. It's always tight, back and forth, moving around. There's never these blowouts and things like that.
Hey, it makes for a good show.
It does. And when you play this all the time, you're used to it.
That was a good follow by Brody after the block there with Kyle. And just nice touch on the basket. You know, sometimes you've got a full head of steam coming in that lane and you can just barrel through people, but he was able to control his body.
And like we said earlier, Brody's lane was completely wide open because of how many eyes Kyle draws.
Exactly. Great point, Neela. So DCG 1 point lead at this point. Blake, he's nice spin move to the bucket. No good, but rebound Kyle. That's what's amazing. He's our leading scorer and our leading rebounder. Nice pass ahead up to Mateo for 2. DCG extending their lead to 3. Quick shot by Indianola is no good, so Mustang's going the other way. Pass ahead to Mateo. Nice move. I love that fake to the inside, and he curls back to the baseline.
I love how we're pushing it forward. I think
can
the
feel a
Mustang,
timeout coming out here.
I feel like it's coming. Oh.
Well, what do we talk
Call
about?
that.
It's that middle 8, right? We talk about the last 4 minutes of the first half, the first 4 minutes of the second half, and Pat, you mentioned it. It's the same thing that we talked about before. I do want to mention our sponsor. Our season sponsor is Charter Bank. Charter Bank is 100% locally owned with local management and staff delivering prompt local decision making. They're committed to helping our communities thrive. Chart your success with Charter Bank. Our 3-point sponsor is 15 Hands Real Estate. Buying, selling, or building a home doesn't have to be complicated. The 15 Hands Real Estate team has the knowledge, resources, and commitment to help you reach your goals. Our charge sponsor is Schaefer Auto Body. Our game sponsors tonight are Grimes Plaza Vet Clinic, Royal Flooring, and U.S. Cellular. We want to thank the Dallas Center Grimes Booster Club for being able to provide this live stream free of charge to you. There is a QR code on your screen. If you have interest in supporting the Booster Club, either as a volunteer or in supporting the live stream, you can click on that link and go to our website. We also want to mention and have you mark your calendars for our upcoming 2 Booster Club events. One is the cake auction on February 14th, which is always a hit and a huge fundraiser for our Booster Club. That'll happen on the nights of our girls and boys varsity games. The theme this year is DCG Loves Disney, and 15 Hands Real Estate is a sponsor for that. And also mark your calendars February 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. for trivia night at Destination Grill in Grimes. 3:41 left to go in the third quarter. DCG leading 39-34. Going the other direction after a missed 3-pointer by Indianola. Tate Parent back out to Kyle Kaysen for 3. Too strong. Rebound Indianola.
Tate's lurking. I'm like, I've seen him follow these guys before.
Okay, so this is the second time that Derek Wilmot has been fouled at the 3-point line. The first time he missed the shot, so he had 3 free throws, made them all.
Yep.
And now he made the 3-pointer, is going to have the opportunity for the 4-point play.
Doesn't get any better than that if you're with the Indians.
Well, and yeah, I mean, DCG had really extended their lead out by 5. Now it's back to 1. Tate Perrin with the ball up top for the Mustangs. In the game for the Mustangs, number 50, Wyatt Valenta. Number 22, Chase Perrin. Tip there by the Indians with the steal, Easton McGraw. He's going to go the other direction. Strong up to the basket, no good. Gets his own rebound, no good again. Wow. It's going to be off Indianola.
This is a tough game, isn't it, Neela?
Yes.
And it's not just this game. It's this game. It's the girls' game. It's everything in there. People think that this is not a contact sport, and it absolutely is a contact sport. And it's just very, very challenging.
The one thing that I think the Mustangs could do better on their offense, especially their set plays, is screening a body. I think a lot of times maybe their sets that one works, but they won't work because they screen an area.
Yeah.
But if they can screen a body, I think their shooters will be much more open.
Great game by Mateo, 14 points for him tonight, and he's really, I think, kind of stepped into that gap as they've clamped down on Kyle. Mateo only averaging 6.6 points per game, so he is already well over his average at 14. Checking in for the Mustangs, number 42, Carter Schwantes.
So we have the young Perrin out there playing ball as a freshman at this level. We have a couple freshmen playing on the girls' team. You do. What does that take? How do they manage this mentally?
I wish I could tell you. That is a lot of pressure as a freshman, especially Chase Perrin coming in shooting over 50% from the three-point line, just having the confidence as a freshman to come in and know that he's going to make the shot and that you can label him as a shooter. That's very impressive.
So Tate Perrin fouled on his shot, so he's at the free throw line. First one is good. Substitution for Indianola, number 2, Bryant Ritchie. And back into the game, number 23, George Blake. Perrin's second free throw is good. So DCG extends its lead. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. DCG leading by 5. And Dawson Grimes has done a great job on George Blake, keeping him to 6 points so far in the game. Missed three-pointer by Indianola, so Mustangs going the other way. Three-pointer by Tate Perrin. That's a 15 hands real estate three-pointer by Tate Perrin.
Just like that 8-point lead, and it seems like a 20-point lead the way this game is
well,
going.
without the 4-point play for Wilmot, I mean, it would be a 12-point game now.
Right.
That really caught them kind of back up. Now we've extended it a little bit again. Just about a minute to go in the third quarter. Chase Perrin to the basket. He's blocked. But Mustangs are able to recover the ball. 19 seconds. Perrin from 3-point.
He does not miss that usually.
Everybody wants him
Everybody
to succeed.
Was
right?
on their feet. You know how sometimes, though, if you have a hand in your face, you can make a shot. But if you have not a hand in your face, it's so wide open, you're just like, it's so wide open. I'm so wide open.
Or there's only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. And you're like, I don't have any choice. I have to shoot it. Those always go in.
Those go in. Oh, my gosh. Sometimes you're so wide open, and then you miss. So well done. By Indianola getting to the line. Easton McGraw. First free throw is good. Checking into for the Mustangs, number 24, Brody Logan. For the Indians, number 15, Andrew DeWall, and number 14, Brody Page.
So what do you think of the 5-foul reset rule? You've been in you were in that change from 7 fouls to 1 and 1, and then double bonus to now everything's 2 shots. What do you think about that?
As someone who likes to be aggressive on defense, I like it. I don't mind it. I like that it resets every quarter, and it's not once a half.
Right.
But for me, I like it. For someone that maybe doesn't.
Yeah. Or someone who's getting fouled a lot. Yes. You want to get to the line more, and that doesn't happen as often in this format.
It's good for our identity because we like that defensive pressure and we like to get up in their face. So knowing that resets every 8 minutes is a good feeling.
Nice high off the glass there by Deslota. He's had a great game.
I was just about to say.
Up to 16 points for him. Averages 6, almost 7 a game. Good defense there by Kyle McGraw. Nice block by Kyle Kaysen. Shot clock down to 17. McGraw's going to go again, but off the side of the backboard.
Got 14 seconds left. You know they're going to know this. Yeah, you might as well bring your guards in now.
Yeah, Brody Logan, he's a great 3-point shooter as well.
I'm feeling this play might be for Chase.
Number 21, Jacob Graham in the game for Indianola, as well as number 32, Kaizen Storm. That's a great name, Kaizen Storm.
Love it.
Mateo didn't go this time. Watch out for Wilmot. Don't foul him on the 3.
Yes, don't.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez.
So at the end of the third, DCG leading 48-40. I felt like that was a very successful quarter for the Mustangs.
Oh, yeah, geez. Anytime you get a lead in this game, it is what it is. In that 8-minute stretch, last of the first, beginning of the second, that 8 minutes right there, I think we got a plus 10 on in that time stretch right there. So huge turnaround from the rest of that first half.
Yeah, whatever Coach Rankin said in the locker room, just keep doing that.
It's working.
It's working. Yeah, absolutely. I like that the Mustangs collectively, though, have been really looking to go to the basket. Kyle's been able to get open a little bit more. Mateo has had a phenomenal game. We mentioned Hudson Eicher again earlier in the game. Tate Perrin himself has 15, right? I mean, so all the way around. If you're Indianola at this point, how do you answer?
That's your job right there.
How do they answer? Well, right now it's maybe not stopping Kyle, but it's stopping Mateo and Tate. And this is a great game for the Mustangs to show that it's not only Kyle who's going to be our leading scorer. Mateo and Tate are coming in having beautiful games, actually. So I think the Indianolas need to limit us to one shot on every possession.
Absolutely. And you look at, like, to your point, you look at our scoreboard up there, 15, 9, 16. So that's called team basketball right there, coming from multiple areas. So they're going to have to buckle down on that defensive side.
Yeah, it's something that Pat and I talked about in the girls' game about how you guys have 3 team members averaging double figures and 1 at 9, so pretty close to double figures. And then the guys have only really 1.
Yep.
And so to see a more balanced offensive attack for them has been successful tonight. Mateo, again, another great move. Man, that change of direction, Mateo did such a great job with that.
Well, I'm thinking whatever he had for lunch and dinner or whatever it was, he's going to be eating the same thing.
Yep.
So Indianola looking to get something going here, down by 10. Into their senior, DeWall. Out to Schulte. Nice move. Oh, a little hesitation. No, wasn't able to go. I couldn't tell exactly if it got blocked by Brody or if he was trying to get around Brody's block.
I think he felt a lot of heat around him and was trying to draw a foul. It just didn't happen.
I think Brody scared him.
Yeah.
You know,
he is a scary guy.
He's tall. He's got long arms. We talked with Kyle Kaysen during the girls' game. He said that
Brody, that's a contact.
That Brody is the class clown or the team clown. He's the one that's going to be cracking him up. So the foul is on 10, number 10, Hayden Schulte. That's just Indy's first team foul of the quarter. Hudson Heigerken checking in for the Mustangs. Chase Perrin also checking in. Up top to Kyle Kaysen.
Get it.
Wide open. He'll take the 3.
That is so hard to stop.
Yep. That is a huge 3 for the Mustangs.
So Kyle finally in double digits for the night, which is a little bit unusual to finally have it happen in the fourth quarter for him. What a steal. Great defense by the Mustangs, shooting that passing lane. Hudson Heigerken, Tate Perrin, and then Chase Perrin with a rebound follow.
Oh, man, I thought he was going to.
I like that. Oh.
Into Brody Burke, but then it was blocked, so going the other direction. Way to push ahead by the Indians up to Easton McGraw. He's fouled, I believe, by Kyle Kaysen.
Yes. It's a great finish, though. With Kyle right on your back, that's a hard finish. So,
yeah, McGraw's had a good game tonight, too. 10 for the Indians. Mateo Gelota getting checking back in for the Mustangs and in for Kyle Kaysen. So McGraw will try to finish the three-point play.
And this game was a basket away from getting away from the Indians. I mean, they were one basket going the other direction, and this being almost a 20-point game. Here we are at 10 points.
And they bring the press. Kick it out to the freshman in the corner.
Yep.
That one's in. That one looked better than the first one. You can tell when he's like, all right, I got this one down.
That's a 15 hands real estate three-pointer by
answer.
Chase Perrin. But the answer, yeah, right away by McGraw. Again, what a game he's having. He's up to 14 points now. Tate Perrin, kick out to Brody Burke. Hey, big men can shoot threes too.
I don't mind that shot
Yeah.
by Brody. He's 50%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Schulte with the spin move. He finds himself in the lane, kicking it out.
That's great defense right there. Long enough not to foul and get in the body.
Mateo's just going to go the whole way. Nice finger roll to finish.
He is feeling it tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Heat
Keep
check, man.
going.
Yeah, he's
Keep
got 20
going.
now. What a game.
God, they just
As
keep
well,
coming
yeah.
back
Yeah.
and back and hitting them
It's like-
three-pointers.
Easton and Mateo is just back and forth. It's just blow for blow. Now you know you have a good point guard if he can just dribble between 3 defenders and come out clean like Tate Perrin just did. Out to Chase Perrin. A miss on his three-pointer. Going the other way. Oh. DeWall not quite ready for that. But on the outside to George Blake. And he can get hot as well.
Yeah.
He's had a quiet night for him. Typically their leading scorer. So
Just like that.
Man,
6-point difference.
With the three-point shot, you're never out of this game.
Nope.
Again, it was only a 2 or 3 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, this was borderline going to be a 20-point game. 1 basket, 18, and we're good. I mean, it's like, all right, but no quit. You never quit in this game, and that's probably been drilled into you so many times, whether it's soccer, basketball, it doesn't mean you play until the final whistle, and then you look up the board and see, was it enough?
that's
Yes.
right. Let's thank one of our sponsors, Charter Bank. Charter Bank is a staff made up of your family, friends, and neighbors. That means they support you during your successes and any challenges you may face. They are here to help. So chart your success with Charter Bank. Thanks to Grimes, Plaza Vet Clinic, Royal Flooring, U.S. Cellular, who are our game sponsors. Schaefer's Auto Body is our charge sponsor, and our three-point sponsor, as we talked about, trading those threes back and forth, is 15 Hands Real Estate. They are also the sponsor for our upcoming event, DCG Booster Club Cake Auction. So mark your calendars for February 14th here in Meadows Gym. It'll be during the girls and boys varsity basketball game, sponsored by 15 Hands Real Estate, and the theme is DCG Loves Disney. Also coming up, February 20th, Trivia Night, sponsored by the DCG Booster Club at Destination Grill in Grimes from 6 to 9 p.m. Put your team together. You can register at dcgboosterclub.com. 6-point game, 4:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Mateo, he's drawing defenders now, so now he can find who the open man is on the outside.
2-3 zone from Indianola. It's an interesting choice with how we've been shooting.
Kyle just breaks down the zone.
That is a man's play right there.
Yeah, just went straight into the contact and was able to get the basket, has an opportunity to go to the free throw line to complete the three-point play.
You know, what I like about him the most is he has no emotion. He's never too high. He's never too low. He's just like Mr. Smooth.
The
Right?
foul was on Andrew DeWall for Indianola, which is just their second team foul of the quarter.
Did they call him Mr. Smooth in high school?
Me personally, I do not.
Neela, you could always get it started. It started right here tonight.
There you go.
10-second violation. Great defense by the Mustangs.
That is as good as getting a charge.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah, it pumps the team up. You
Yeah, it
get
does.
them. You guys did it a couple of times in the girls' game where they ran the shot clock violation. I mean, so good for the defense.
I think some people actually have misconceptions about presses. Sometimes it's not about getting a steal, especially with the shot clock. It's just about slowing them down.
Yes. That one's
Chase
in
Perrin
too.
in the corner.
I mean, when
That's
that
right.
kid shoots the ball, at least when I can tell whether or not
I'm
that
like,
thing is going to go in.
You're
I mean,
calling
he is
it.
money.
You're calling it. You're like, oh, it's in.
It's a 15 hands real estate three-pointer by Chase Perrin. George Blake, no good for three for him.
Oh, good luck. Oh,
Mateo's going to pull it out. Mustangs set up their offense, currently leading 12 points, 64-52.
yeah, 12-point lead, time and score. Every
Yep.
single time, time and score. Oh, he's gonna
Yeah.
get him a foul. Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was going to maybe be offensive, but shuffle the
agree.
feet and so number 20 Hudson Heigergen checking in for the Mustangs.
And to your point, Neil, if this is just slowing them down and getting them out of their offense so that they only have, like, say, 20 seconds to run their offense through, or you just cut right through it.
Oh, what a move there by Hayden Schulte as he just kind of sliced right through the defense.
And that backside has got to be better than that on that side. Somebody's got to take that ball, even though once it gets through that first line.
Good pressure defense by Indianola. That's what you need when you're
Well,
down
they
by
have
10.
to now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to run out of time here.
Tate Perrin from long doesn't fall, so Indianola is going the other direction. Oh, man, Hudson Heigergan, he's been so clutch in just like these moments throughout the game. Got a hand on that, got the steal for the Mustangs. Under 2 minutes, 10-point lead.
And it really hurts the Indians right there when things like that happen.
And another basket by Deslota. What a game for him, man. 22 now. 22 points he has a third of our points tonight. And a shot, an answer by George Blake.
Man, what a great game.
Yes.
Just blow for blow, back and forth, back and forth. So we want to, again, thank our sponsors for our game tonight. Grimes Plaza Vet Clinic, Royal Flooring, U.S. Cellular. Schaefer's Auto Body is our charge sponsor. 15 Hands Real Estate is our 3-point sponsor. And our season sponsor is Charter Bank. We're so grateful to them. Thank you to the Dallas Center Grimes Booster Club and all those who helped make this happen. Mike Bynum and Ella Bynum on production tonight. Able to do all that troubleshooting that we had at the beginning of the boys' game, so we're appreciative to them. Mark your calendars for some Booster Club events that are coming up. Cake auction on February 14th and trivia night on February 20th. You can learn more information on their website, dcgboosterclub.com. So we've got a minute 40 to go. DCG leading by 9. DCG just needs to have good clock management at this point, not have any silly turnovers. Smart if you can't get the ball in or there's a risk there, just to call the timeout. Indianola, thoughts on them, and what do you do if you're the Indians?
Well, gee, I mean, you're going to have to generate turnovers. Somehow you got to get the ball back, number one. That's key. Indianola right now has 2 fouls, so at some point they may need to start overplaying, and if that ball gets by, I'm fouling until at least I get to 4 because the clock is not in your favor.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough.
Don't be fouling Kyle Kaysen. Because that boy is shooting free throws at 90% clip.
That's probably going through, and right now, probably Mateo, you're probably saying, yeah, maybe I don't want to foul him either. Everything he throws up goes in.
Yeah,
so, I mean, those are the types. If it was me, if the freshman's out there, I'm probably going after the freshman.
Yeah.
Just because.
And he is still on there. Chase Perrin on the floor for the Mustangs. So we have Mateo, Hudson, Chase, Kyle, and Tate Perrin. For Indianola, Andrew DeWall, number 32, Kaizen Storm back in. Loving that name again. 14,
if
Brody
this is
Page.
Truly man-to-man, and it does. That's exactly what I'm doing right there.
Rankin drew that up perfectly.
I mean, I don't. That is, in my mind, that is not a very good. That's not a good way. A straight man-to-man. You are so exposed on the backside on that.
Well, they saw on the previous attempt out of bounds that Mustangs were really struggling to get the ball in as they were overplaying.
Let's
so they're
do
like,
it again.
Let's do it again. Yeah, but Rankin, it's not his first rodeo, my friends.
He probably thought that and brought that up in that timeout and said, look, if they're coming out in man-to-man, number one, go forward and then
go.
Boom.
Yeah,
just go.
And Tate Perrin, the baseball player,
baseball
throw right over the top. So checking in for the Mustangs, number 50, Wyatt Valenta. Nice steal there by Kyle. He's coming in with contact, but able to make the basket. So that's 2 for Kyle.
Those are great plays by Kyle Kaysen in a tight moment.
Yeah, and now he's up to 17, so still under his average. Response by Indianola and the foul.
See, I'm not even sure they were trying to foul there, honestly, because you got 10 seconds, right? it's tough sledding. It's 11 points. I've seen crazier things happen.
Well, it could be at this point that they need to get some
That's
fouls
right.
on the board
Yeah.
because they only had 2. Now they have 3, but they still need 2 more before we're into free throws and change of possession. So
Indianola just actually took out some of their shooters, but maybe put in a couple of their quicker guys.
yeah, I wondered about that too. When maybe they're just going to go offense defense a little bit with their substitutions. They did foul the freshman, like you said, Pat. But you know what? I have confidence in Chase Perrin to be able to hit those free throws.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying I'm going after the youngest guy I can. I don't want to go after an
Force him
all-stater
to take care of the ball and So 5th foul now. They'll go. Mustangs will go to the line. 1:05 left to go in the game. DCG leading 70-59. Foul was on number 21, Jacob Graham. So yeah, we're just it's like a whole hockey match right here at this point. Full substitution lineup for Indianola, maybe with the exception being Hayden Schulte's still on the floor.
Well,
Kaysen at the line.
I stand corrected. You don't have to have anybody on the line, but there's no need to have anybody there right now.
I think you have to have your 2 bottom ones filled.
On the well, they didn't on the last one.
Well,
Maybe if it's a live, if it's a free throw where
Sure.
it's in a live ball. But Kyle Kaysen is money.
Yeah.
So 1:05 left to go. DCG 72 over Indianola 59. And yeah, they do. I like this. They're just going straight to the basket. They need to. They need to use the clock as quickly as they can. Easton McGraw from 3, no good this time. Although he's had a fantastic game tonight.
Oh.
And that's a foul that they just did not call. And
What
again,
a finish.
that reverse backhanded layup by Mateo tonight has just been
he's got that
outstanding.
done.
Goodness sakes. 22 for him. 24 for him. Scratch that.
Hey, we got to see some jam. Love it.
And response, with McGraw again. What a game for Easton McGraw.
Have you ever dunked one?
I've been close. Yeah.
How tall are you, Neela?
Well, I like to say 6 foot. I'm 5'3".
But like on one of them little mini.
Yeah, like sometimes I
Trampoline
look
things.
like it.
So
Kyle makes the first.
you play huge. That's all that matters.
Thank you.
And the second. Substitution for the Mustangs, number 14, Cameron Allen. He's in for Brody Burke. .30 seconds to go. Almost had the steal there. Hudson. DeWall with 3. Did not fall. Hudson Heiskirchen, nice pass ahead. Again, that's your senior leadership right there. Tate Perrin could have easily gone in for the layup. Instead, pulls the ball out to take down the clock to finish the game.
What a game. I mean, this was, regardless of the score is not indicative to how close this game actually was. Amazing game by both squads.
Yes.
So Dallas Center Grimes is going to go to 4-0 in conference. With the loss, Indianola will fall now to 2-2. Dallas Center Grimes will go into the weekend now undefeated in the conference play, improving their record to 5-3 on the boys' side. What a night of basketball. This has been fantastic. Mustangs walk away with 2 wins. We had the duck throw. We had DCG dance team. We had a senior spotlight with Kyle Kaysen and with Neela Williamson. So
right.
I don't know how we could possibly cap this, but thank you to all of you for tuning in tonight. We want to one last time thank our sponsors, Charter Bank, who's our season sponsor, 15 Hands Real Estate, Schaefer's Auto Body, Grimes Plaza Vet Clinic, Royal Flooring, U.S. Cellular. For DCG Booster Club and for the live stream, I'm Christine Megason along with Pat O'Brien and Neela Williamson. Have a great night, everybody, and a great weekend.